Hey friends, hey family. I'm going to try speaking right into my mic today and see how that goes and see if that improves like some of my audio issues that I've been having for so long. Sometimes like it just doesn't even make any sense. Why things work and why they don't want to sometimes, but yeah, just willing to work with it and play with it and grow through this and refine my process and find that balance between raw and polished. And so, slowly but surely, moving along, moving forward, and being right here where I am, accepting like this place that I'm in and where I'm at. Just allowing and accepting like this present state to be in, to receive in, to love in, to allow myself to be in wherever that is, however that is, whatever that gets to be. And so just playing with some things this week and receiving gratefully all these beautiful gifts on my birthday yesterday. And this is I love August. August is like a full month of celebration. It really just always is so amazing, so full of life and abundance and all that's been grown and all that's still growing. And so just working with some things and playing through some things and seeing into where I've been blocking myself and getting in my own way and not allowing me to be, not allowing me to express or move freely, breaking out of those chains and those boxes and those mind prisons and cages that have been like stuck in for ages. And it just feels like just liberating one part of myself, one moment at a time. Yeah. And so one day at a time, changing my mind and knowing I already am free and letting the illusion and the confusion and the delusions fall away. And so just a lot of some anxiety coming up around certain changes and some fears coming up to the surface. Insecurities and doubts and all of those things. And so it was awesome today, like looking at some things and just continuing all of this magic and continuity, all these fun streams that I get to play with and in and through. And I got a little notification from my, one of my channels that I follow through Telegram. And there was this little meme that was shared, and it was all about be brave and afraid at the same time. Because I've been kind of like a little down on myself, not really like down on myself, but just kind of like that super ego kind of steps in sometimes and says, you don't need to be afraid, stop being afraid. And then my little child part of me that's afraid, it's like, I can't help it, I'm afraid right now, let me be afraid. And so it's like, it's okay to be afraid, it really is, it's okay to feel that fear and show up and love yourself anyway that you are, through all ways. So what I received today was this little meme from Divine Feminine Awakening. And it says, you can be afraid and brave at the exact same time. Don't wait for perfect circumstances, perfect confidence, or the absence of doubt. You'll wait for too long. Be afraid and brave. Show up scared. Prove your courage in your actions. Confidence comes from the doing, the trying, the showing up, not from perfection. Confidence builds by taking action in spite of the fear. Afraid and brave, that's the key. By Jamie Varon, or Varon. So it was a good little message for me to receive today, and also goes along nicely with some other beautiful messages I received today. I've been having lots of fun with, I don't even know how many new Oracle decks I received for my birthday, but they're so awesome and fun, and some surprises, just some things I didn't even know I wanted. And I'm just happy to be surprised with all this beauty, magic, and love all around me, and always unfolding. And so here is the Mystical Shaman Oracle Guidebook by Alberto, Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, and Marcela Lobos. And Heart of the Sky was one of the cards that came up for me last night. I was looking through this little book and this Oracle deck last night and the day before, and got some awesome cards, and I was just kind of looking at, and hadn't had a chance to really look at some of the meanings and stuff, but looking at the book last night and was kind of blown away about a couple of different things. So I'll share this one. Heart of the Sky, the essence. The heart of the sky is the love force that made all creation possible. This same force is present when you create with originality, when you bring formlessness to form or inspired ideas to expression. The primeval force does not know good or bad. It is up to us to provide the clear intention that will guide it to manifest. The heart of the sky helps us call in beauty from the invisible world and birth it into the world of matter. And so I've been working with the seen and the unseen, and trusting those unseen forces and the mystery, the great mystery, and those unseen helpers that are always assisting us and always there to call on and call in for us. So that's really awesome. Like, kind of filling into the archetype of Nephthys, who is Isis's twin sister, and she is known as the watcher, the witness, and the edge. And so kind of feeling like I'm on that edge, like waiting to jump off of a cliff, but kind of scared. But like I'm just getting like affirmations and confirmations, and they're telling me it's okay. You're supported right now. You can fly, you know. So that goes along nicely with my next synchronicity, but I'll finish this one here. What's right in front of me. The invitation for the heart of the sky is, the heart of the sky brings you a sacred reminder. You are a channel for the original energy of creation. Become the paintbrush, the canvas, and the artist, all guided by the heart of the sky. Set your intention ethically and clearly, and allow the universe to take care of the details. I've been wondering, like, I really want to start my book, and I've been like kind of stuck. I don't know how to do this. And I just have these silly old excuses in my mind. Like, I can't, and which is total bullshit. And so it's just like, I had this other board upstairs at the beginning of the month, and I had wondered why I put it there, but now I know, like, it became clear a couple weeks ago. But one of them says, breathe deeply and clear out your excuses of why you can't. Like, you can do anything. Just believe that you can. And, you know, it's good to know our limitations, and it's good to know where we are at. Just like, you know, training for a marathon and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't happen in, you know, a day or two to train for that. So, but yeah, maybe have more, you know, endurance and everything than I believe I do, and more resources and support that I've, you know, been able to see. And so here's the medicine of Heart of the Sky. You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone, and this takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. Just wow. You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. So I can see, where I have caged myself up and kept myself in a false prison of these old false beliefs. And been working with that, actually, like letting go of like certain responsibilities that I agreed to that actually weren't mine and don't serve me to carry any longer. Yeah, because it prevents me from being responsible for what actually is mine, for what I can actually express my care for and create. And so there was another card that was fun to receive as well. Like, all of them are just so great, but just because of the way that I can connect the dots with what's going on with my own situation. And so it's so fun to see those things. And this is a beautiful book, a beautiful oracle deck. Taming the Wind. That was a great one to receive for me. And I have been playing with feathers lately. And I had never really seen this symbolism of the feather as a commitment to life and a commitment to the partnership that I have with spirit. And so that was super awesome to receive because I don't know if you can see my mannequin behind me. I just decided a couple days ago to put on a little kind of a mask on her face. It's like a masquerade mask. And I didn't know, and I was like, oh, she kind of looks like a bird with that on. And then I decided she needed some feathers in her hair, and I put a feather in the middle of her chest, of her heart. And I was just like, yep, that's what I'm feeling right now. And then I got this card the other day, Taming the Wind, and I also have been doing some soul collage. And some feathers have come up for me in my soul collage. And so this is fun. Taming the Wind. The essence. Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good for all. The invitation, it's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. And thank you. Taming the Wind. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Love. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Life. Thank you, Self. The medicine. It's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not a time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than be understood. Good things come out of the restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. That was amazing to receive for me, too, because I've been looking at that as well, like the last couple weeks. And so I love my relationships, and especially my family relationships, those who are close to me, because they help me see so many things about me and about what's going on in the relationship and what's honoring about it, and maybe what needs a little bit of restructuring, or what I've outgrown, or what actually can be cleared away for new growth to take place. And so just take a breath. Breathe deep for a moment here. And so, my dad's been a really good teacher for me because I've really, he's just amazing and the best father I could have asked for and the father that I needed for me, like to learn and to see, to know myself, to love myself. And so, there's a lot of good things that he has shown me and that I've been able to see about me and what I really need for me. And so I really admire that he holds religious transition group meetings for those who have decided to leave their religion. And most of that is because we live in Utah, it's for people who are leaving the LDS church or the Mormon church. And so it is like a supportive place for people to come gather when it's like their whole world is collapsing because they're losing their religion, they're losing their faith, they're losing like their old, foundation of what they built their life upon. And it is like very just devastating sometimes, the fallout that happens when we shift and when we change. And, sometimes our friends and family and everybody, our neighbors in our community, everybody we've ever known, like we're leaving, like that structure or that belief system. It's like we have to leave everybody else behind as well, or they might reject us, like because we have decided to make that decision or choice for ourselves. And so it is good to have a support system for people that have gone through that or that are going through it and can relate and can hold space for each other and understand each other's pains and sorrows and grief and just, everything, that process and going through those initiations. It's very helpful to have a support team and to have other people that, can understand like some of the that death process and that rebirth process. And so I always get his emails, even though I don't attend his groups. I didn't really ever think I needed that for me very much because I left the church so long ago at age 15. And I did like kind of go through my own like dark night of the soul around that, where I was angry, so angry about how certain mechanisms were used for control and how it wasn't honest and how it was like, in a way, like there was good things and there was not so great things about it. And I do so appreciate like my experience being in that church and learning from like that community, which really, I mean, there's loving, amazing people in every single belief system, in every single part of life, wherever we happen to be, like wherever our path takes us, wherever our journey is meant to lead us. Like, and I see it like, just because I don't believe in, their ways of being doesn't mean it's not valid for someone else who's in it, who's learning their own lessons and who's meant to be there, connecting with others who need them in their lives for, that reflection and that mirror and that relationship. And so, I see it as love always. And then we get to discern for ourselves, like what's working for us and what's not working for us. And it's all unique to each journey and each person, each individual, each being. And so, I just super appreciate my experiences and different belief systems and different experiences, different places and stages of my own path, like that have taught me a lot about empathy and understanding and allowance and compassion and appreciating diversity and all love's ways. All these ways we get to learn and grow and know ourselves. So, my dad sends out emails for his religious transition group, which he holds at a Unitarian Universalist church. And they meet like maybe once a month, about sometimes maybe twice, but it's been like, kind of challenging to get people there, I guess, to gather as in a group. There used to be like, I guess, like big gatherings until 2020. And so, it's just interesting to see that in certain ways, like, they do like invite like everyone, like, please come. We need all of your perspectives. We all need each other, all of that kind of stuff. But in one way, I kind of think like, but what about like the other people like that need support too? But like they have different perspectives on like what the rules are for being able to gather there at that building. Like it's just awkward to talk about too, because I don't want to cause like any divisive feelings or but in my perspective, like for myself, if I wanted to show up to that group and offer like my own perspective, because I do feel like I have some things to share, and I could be a support, like if I was called to that. But what would keep me from like showing up to be there and be supported and to support would be that, they have rigid rules about having to wear masks, and they prefer people who have gotten the thing that's supposed to be the right thing for everyone. And I just wonder, like, are we really open to everyone's perspective? Do we really want all perspectives? Do we really value all perspectives? Because that doesn't seem to be the case. There's only like a certain narrow swim lane that they want, like, perspectives. Like there's only this spectrum, this like kind of limited spectrum of perspectives that people want to see. They don't want to go beyond like that prescribed, this prescribed swim lanes of reality to look into anything further. And so it's just like, that just makes me like turn it back around for me and say, okay, like what perspectives am I not valuing, or what am I not making room for, and all those things. So it just gives me some things to contemplate and to chew on. But I have been taking that to heart and actually softening too. Like I've felt a lot of letting go and dissolving and softening into like just meeting other people where they're at and not taking things personally and all those things. And so that's like some fun messages for me to value like all of these perspectives, even if I don't agree with them. Like, can I open myself like to listen and understand rather than be heard and understood? And that was awesome because there was a lot of synchronicities that came up around some of these things when I was on this retreat, on this goddess retreat. And so it's like just fun, like seeing all these themes, like like getting into certain layers and then going deeper and deeper into more layers. And so it is just like such a continuous fun stream of like discovery. So I appreciate all these things that do come up for me and show me like little things about where like, I can still be stuck in my own rigidities and my own like preferences and my expectations for this, like perfect relationship that that's idealized in my mind. And so just like, just playing with all those things and working through all that. So, I did have like a nice conversation with my dad last night. He called me to wish me a happy birthday. And it's just like kind of, I shared a little bit about a conversation I had with my mom the other day where I kind of was able to just let go of what I wanted to share, of what my agenda was, of what I wanted her to hear. And I just surrendered it. And then actually the space was made for like a beautiful connection to be made. And so I was just kind of like, remembering that while I was talking to my dad last night. But it is funny because it's a different, I think it's a different dynamic that I have with my mom than I have with my dad. And that's, that's right to be. And I know that I can connect with him and share with him, and he has such a good heart, and he just loves me always, no matter like what I believe, or, he does love me unconditionally. And I feel that there's just like this part of me that wants him to see like and understand where I'm coming from and what I see. And it's just like, just surrender that. That's okay. Just remember to just share from the heart. And if it's okay, like if he doesn't get it or if he doesn't agree, and like, it's okay. Yeah. And so just, but I did kind of feel myself like getting constricted in certain ways when I was like, oh man, I'm attached to, like, for some reason, I'm just attached to having him want me to see me in a certain light so he can totally understand. But I'm willing to let that go too. And so, yeah, and I'll just accept me where I'm at, and I'll accept like where he happens to be, and know that it's all right for both. Yeah. For all of we. So if there's anything else that wants to be shared around that, yeah, because that was like one of my biggest like stings that hurt so much, was like this way that I didn't feel like I could connect with my dad anymore because of certain polarized belief systems or certain misperceptions or misunderstandings. And so maybe it is like time in a way to clear the air and to ask love to guide me and lead me. And maybe I'll just write him another letter, or maybe like just send it out there, put it out there. Yeah, like whatever can be resolved. Let it be resolved through love and for the highest good of all, and for integrity, and for like this devotion, this commitment that I have to life and to love, and for all of me and we to be like in service of the whole and life's totality. So, and like just allowing the room for inclusivity and for all things to be as they are right now and as they will and shall be. So, The Divine Feminine Oracle by Meggan Watterson. I picked that up today and enjoyed some really amazing entries that relate. And it was so great to receive those. I was blown away. So I just want to share like a couple of them. And there's a couple that I haven't even read yet. But yeah, the first one that came up was Lala from the Divine Feminine Oracle by Meggan Watterson. Meggan Watterson. So Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story, which is so amazing because anybody who's been listening to me, like, I bring that up like so often, where I just get to rewrite my own story. I'm the author of my own story. And so I am, like rewriting and authorizing my own story, my own true full story. And then the next goddess that came up was really great. And that was Amaterasu, the goddess of light of the Japanese pantheon, the solar goddess. And she came up a couple weeks ago in my Love Thyself book by Masaru Emoto. And this is so great because she represents the sacred mirror, which I've been working with, like on deeper levels, the sacred mirror. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. And there is a beautiful story in there about how she was so angry. She had a fight with her brother, and she was so upset that she decided she was going to go into a cave and she wasn't going to shine her light. She was going to hide her light. And she left the world to go into this cave, and the world was left in darkness. And then another deity came to try and lure her out of the cave and put a mirror outside of the cave so it would reflect back to her own light. And this deity just started laughing and was just kind of making mischief and stuff. And she heard like all of this laughter and she was curious. So curiosity. And so like it made her peek out of her little cave. And actually she caught a glimpse of her own light and she didn't know it was her own light because there was a mirror there. And so this like, yeah, this story just keeps coming up for me, and these synchronicities about the mirror and what we see like in each other. And with what I read in the Christ blueprint a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, I don't know, about the mirror, about projections and everything as well, reflections and projections, and kind of like what we see about the other. It's not really who we see. It's not really, they're not really who we're seeing. We're seeing a part of ourself that's reflected back to us. And so it's always just kind of trippy to see those things. And reversing, the mirror can help us see the whole in a wider, fuller, truer way. Okay. And so the joy. Yeah, the next thing was, the next goddess was Ananda Maya Ma, the joy-permeated mother. And it's all about joy right now, too. And so I thought this was so amazing. So the joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. What does joy feel like in my body? Self-realization merging with that aspect within us that never changes. It's becoming conscious of the self that is eternal while within this brief mortal existence. Joy lives at the core of our being. And that just reminds me of I am of both worlds. I am of both worlds. So, not rejecting my human self or that divine eternal self. Bridging the two, I am the bridge. And joy, like joy and appreciation and gratitude and beauty, that helps us like unify the two that are one. And then the next goddess that came up was Sekhmet. And this is the lion goddess of Egypt. And she is an aspect of Hathor. And she's the warrior goddess, the protector of the young and the innocent. And she is also the destroyer. And she will destroy to protect what she loves. And she asks us to honor our anger and to use that for conscious action. She's known as the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it, so acknowledging it and expressing it and giving it a voice instead of suppressing it and then actually getting caught up in self-destructive dynamics and passive-aggressive stuff. So she is the call. She is the sacred call to move that anger from pure emotion into conscious action. She wants us to act with she wants us to act with conscious conviction and from love. The protection or boundaries that we invoke for ourselves and others helps move us from feeling helpless to taking loving action, expressing that care. And so where can I create loving boundaries in my life? So that's a good one to look at. And then Green Terra came up. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. What does my soul want me to take action on right now? She is deep compassion in action. So thank you, Green Terra. And she's the liberator. And then the next goddess was Maya Bago, who is a warrior, a saint, who is a warrior. And there was a fun little story in there about her. But what I wrote down was I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Devotion grounds us and allows us to see fully just how many resources are available to us. Devotion elevates our perception so that the spiritual realm can infuse us with light, strength, and energy that is greater than our own. She reminds us to become devoted to all that we love. When we are devoted to what we love, courage is what commitment bestows to us. What am I committed to with my entire being? So again, there's commitment. Yeah, being committed to life and trusting this partnership with spirit. And then there's a couple ones that I haven't read yet that came up. Shekinah, the divine feminine presence. And then Parvati, goddess of devotion. And then Zhao Zhanjing, I think she is a mystic saint of peace. And so just that's so great. Harmony and peace. And so maybe I will share one of those that comes up. Let's see. And White Buffalo Calf Woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Oh, that's so perfect. Who she is, White Buffalo Calf Woman, represents the sacred vision that gives us hope that all will be provided for us. White Buffalo Calf Woman is the primary cultural prophet of the Lakota religion. Buffalo are considered sacred to the Plains people and are seen as messengers from the ancestors. A Lakota legend says that 2 young scouts went out in search of food during a famine. They saw a stunningly beautiful woman appear before them in a radiant white light. The first scout approached her with unholy intentions, and the second scout watched as the first man turned to bones the instant he tried to touch her. She was clearly Leela Waken, very holy. Thankfully, he knew this. She asked him to approach her because she could see into his heart and knew his intentions were good. She told him to prepare for her arrival in the village, and he went back and he gathered everyone together. She appeared before them and taught them the 7 sacred rites of the Lakota people, including the sacred pipe ceremony that binds men and women together in a circle of love and mutual respect. And I have heard a little bit about White Buffalo Woman or White Buffalo Calf Woman and about the teachings of the pipe that unify the male and the female. So the yin and the yang. Oh, that's awesome. So when your soul selects her card, White Buffalo Calf Woman is a sacred reminder that we don't have to struggle to receive all that we've desired. When we join our heart's longings with action, we find that there's a sacred way to move through the world. The sacred way is a path of steady, quiet alignment between the heart's intention and our every step. White Buffalo Calf Woman is an omen of hope that all will be provided for us when we approach each situation with love. When she wants us to focus on the intention behind an action because that changes the outcome. What she wants us to focus on is the intention behind an action because that changes the outcome. She is a sacred prophetic sign that we can receive what we need without fighting for it or trying to secure it through manipulation. When prayer joins right action, when we move from the intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. And when we seek not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and our community, our needs are divinely met. The most sacred path is the one abundant with love. Soul voice meditation. What is my intention for the work I am currently doing? And the intention, my heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Oh, that's so beautiful and so great. Thank you. White Buffalo Calf Woman. I just love this deck. The Divine Feminine Oracle by Meggan Watterson. And I got out this board today and I wasn't sure, but I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. This is what I need today for me. And it's something that I wrote up last fall for my autumn equinox circle just because I was inspired to. And so what I had written on here was, so acknowledge this day by giving it your heart, your love, your appreciation, and your presence. When we give in this way, we are also giving to ourselves. And when you give to Great Spirit, you are giving to yourself. Remember, you are a part of Spirit. When we give, we receive. If we are energized by our giving, we know we are giving from our hearts. The giver-receiver is one. Yeah. O great spirit who made all races, look kindly upon the whole human family and take away the arrogance and hatred which separates us from our brothers. That's a Cherokee prayer. And so there's this little poem that I wrote in my journal, like spontaneously, and I just decided I want to share this. This is beautiful. This is awesome invocation and invitation. Emanation, behold the jewel in the lotus. O diamond soul, shine forth, bright one, she of the fertile dark and holy waters of the cauldron womb. Brigid, lady of light, ever excellent one. Wonderful warrior woman, magnificent mother of life, love, beauty, wisdom, fullness, wholeness, truth, healing, devotion, and justice. We bow to you, we thank you, we praise and honor you. Mat, Isis, Hathor, Durga, Kali, Sekhmet, Nephthys, all aspects of the Great Mother and all she holds. I call in, I call on, I call upon, I call to you. I am called, we are called. I am called. I am love's truth. Om Namo Narayanaya. I bow before love's truth. Blessed Christos Sophia, I humbly serve, letting go, allowing God's love's light to shine in, forth, and through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I thank you, I respect you. I love you, I thank you, I respect you. I love you, I thank you, I respect you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The spiritual precepts of Reiki, just for today. Be not fearful. Just for today, be not consumed in anger. Walk your path in kindness to self and others. Be diligent in your responsibilities. Walk your life in gratitude, joy, and humility, honoring all we love, honoring the sacred. There is no separation. Aho. And then let's see. Yes. A wise man should consider that health is the greatest of human blessings and learn how by his own thoughts to derive benefit from his illnesses. Hippocrates. Our love is so very needed here. We are all so needed. We are so worthy, loved, and dear. Show up and be yourself. All of you is welcome here. The world needs your love, your presence, your gifts, your medicine. The love you need for yourself is the love that the world also needs. The love that you are, hold, and carry is forgiving, for being, sharing, enjoying, receiving, living, freeing, experiencing, playing, honoring, and creating. Our hearts, our voices, our gifts, our love, our creativity, passions, dreams, joys, and visions, our whole selves, our resources, our medicine, our well wishes, prayers, blessings, thanks, presence, and appreciation, our attention, our medicine, our remedies is all legit. It's all so rich. It's so legit. Fertility, all of this. This is our true abundance, wealth, and currency, being all we are. Prosperity, fullness, beauty, balance, and harmony. Love is free, love is free, love is free to be. Love is free to be received, offered, given, and shared fully. Recirculating all this love, free energy, regenerating, self-sustaining. So be. Show up and be yourself, know yourself, love yourself, own yourself, self-mastery, self-respect, and self-esteem. Yeah. Self-love and deep, deep knowing. And so, yeah. I honor the place in you which in the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you, which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Matakio-san, 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 we are one. In Lakesh Alakeen, in Lakesh Alakeen, in Lakesh Alakeen. I am another one of yourself, and you are another one of myself. I am you, and you are me. We are connected, we are one. Each and every day we have together, it is sacred. And so, yeah, just reminding me all the things that are really important and really matter to me, what I'm devoted to, what I'm committed to. And what I'm moving toward, or what I'm allowing for myself, what I'm making the room, making the space for. It's for all of that to be born. And not demanding that it has to be, comfortable or safe or predictable. So letting go of control and trusting, like, in this partnership with Spirit, in the order of the cosmos. So I do have a lot to share, and there was some things to share from the Christ blueprint. Let's see. I just flipped it open to yesterday and today. My last page from last night: self-care and well-being, self-love and inclusivity, wholeness, balance, transparency, discernment, flexibility, non-attachment, recovery, accountability, creativity, hospitality, fertility, responsibility, power, reclamation, self-realization and integrity, enlightening, illuminating, rebuilding and pioneering, remembering, unifying all things. August 23rd, ruthless compassion and holy law, review and contemplate from the Christ blueprint, and also womb clearing, creativity, service and fertility, renewal, resurrection and transfiguring, magic at cause, I am that I am, the commitment to love and to life, worship, love, serve and protect, nurture, merge and connect. I am another one of yourself. You are another one of myself. Shift this within myself: forgiveness and repentance, course correction and internal coherence and harmonization, love, gratitude, humility, and respect, letting go of pride, vanity, insecurity, doubt, shame, fear, and desire strategies. So go for it. Believe in yourself and the love you have to give and share just through being you. Commitment and trust in this new partnership with Spirit, Creator, Source, Love, God, Life, Goddess, Self, all of you. All right. And then some of my notes about the goddesses, and that's, what I got to receive today. So just be here now and enjoy the beauty. There's no need to narrate or describe it all. For me, enjoy the experience of pure being, receiving, surrendering, just being. Enjoying the love. Enjoying being. Enjoy being love, love being enjoy. Enjoy love being love, being joy. Listening, being, responding, receiving, presencing, experiencing, being. So enjoy the love at play, enjoy the love in play, enjoy the love of play, enjoy the love for play, enjoy always through this love, always. Enjoy being love, just play, let go, and let it be okay. Harmonious, reassuring, and liberating. And so I've just been looking at like certain elements and certain, people that remind me of different elements in certain ways, because there's different women that I appreciate listening to because they do share wisdom and really actually awesome messages that resonate with me. But sometimes it's like I can get hung up on the personality or the messenger that's delivering it, and then sometimes dismiss or devalue like the message because of some part that I've dismissed or devalued. Some part of me, that I have rejected or that I haven't accepted. And so it's just kind of funny when I was just thinking some of these things the other day. It's like, I think I was listening to a podcast by Molly McCord, and she was talking about like our blind spots when it comes to like certain sun signs, like where our blind spots will be and how we can actually balance those things out in certain ways. Like if our sun sign is in a fire sign, then it was like the previous sign, I think, like that helps us see that. And so I could be wrong about that, but it was just an interesting thing, like that. Yeah, it's like kind of cool looking at how like this whole chart kind of relates to all the other different parts of the whole, and like seeing that in new ways through like my own curiosity and looking into things. And so just for fun, like this is like just a little fun exercise that I did just because it was like, oh, that's just like too fun. like to see certain personalities and kind of like, like sort of like maybe how they express themselves in certain ways and certain judgments or assumptions that we might have because of their personality or because of maybe what like clashes with our own personality or our own rigidity about what we perceive, you know. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just something fun that I did. And so I was just thinking like air, water, and earth and fire. And so it was like, that's kind of fun to think about, like, because, everybody has their own preferences and their own like styles and their own, like, I guess things that they idealize or that they think is, you know, like maybe it's just right for them though too, like because it works for them and that's right too. But it's just kind of funny how like sometimes if we don't really care for like a certain type of energy, like how sometimes that can be our blind spot too, or something that we're not working with, or maybe something that we haven't claimed within ourselves. And so it's just interesting. But Teal Swan is somebody that I've listened to, like not all of her, not like a ton of stuff, but like there's some interesting things that she shares sometimes. And she's very like cool and detached and kind of just very like straightforward and direct and things like that. And then there's like sometimes like a softer side, a person who's just like so dreamy and just welcoming and warm and all that. And so that's to me that's Sarah Verba. love her and her sweet nature. And so like for Teal Swan, I put like she's definitely like for me like kind of symbolic of like the air type personality, or like maybe some kind of dominant air type where it's just like more mental or more intellectual in certain ways and than emotional. And detached and analytical, and it's impersonal, and so it's straightforward, it's no nonsense, and it's like sequential. So like that kind of thing. And it is thought provoking and inspiring, and so that's why I appreciate her. But like not everything that she shares or not everything like resonates, but I do like appreciate, like I will take, you know, what does, and I'll just leave the rest and let the rest be. So that's kind of fun, instead of like, I can't listen to this person anymore because they said one thing I don't agree with, and now I can't take anything that they say seriously. And so kind of gotten out of my own way with like some of those all or nothing like strategies or rigidities that I've held on to or I learned or inherited or agreed to. And so like with the water personality, like for me, like, and she could be earthy as well, but I just like, just for fun and play, like just put Sarah Verba down for water because she's flowing, soft, nurturing. She's intuitive and calm, and like her perspectives, like they're just really refreshing. And I just feel like, like just such a cleansing energy, like hearing her like take and perspective on the way that she unifies things and talks about astrology and the archetypes and different things. So it's fun. And then Molly McCord, who like I super appreciate, like her work that she does. Wow, it's incredible! Like how many books and how many courses and how many things she's put out, like in all the years she's been doing astrology. And so like I put her down for Earth. She's like practical. She's detail oriented. She makes things tangible, and she can show us how they're applicable and relatable, and she can like motivate us to kind of like understand and do a step-by-step, like, kind of, making it solid and tangible. And so for the fire energy, I put down Adrienne Elise because she's like that authentic communicator. Like that's what it feels like. She just has her own style and her own fire. And it is like, that communicator. And it is like purifying, and it is like confrontational sometimes, and it is illuminating and transformative and activating in certain ways. So just for fun, like I just thought I would play with that, and it's just like who knows where that'll lead, because just like seeing certain things about the elements and just different energies in certain ways. And so just playing, it doesn't have to have any purpose, but like just for exploring and looking into things and being entertaining, really. So yeah, never, never like bored about anything. There's so much about life that's interesting and fascinating and to me. So I had a good day just being today and letting it all go. Meeting it, meeting life, meeting me, meeting my ego, meeting my soul, meeting my whole self, my whole being, and just allowing the day and the gifts and the blessings to unfold before me. A very good love-filled day. Hooray. So enjoy picking up the rock on the beach. There doesn't have to be any meaning behind it or a purpose to it or anything to get from it or make of it. Just be and enjoy being. Life has no purpose, Ellen Watts. So that was kind of a fun little thing that I was listening to while I was cleaning up my house and getting ready for a paint pouring class. And it's just kind of like just popped in there, and it was fun to listen to that. Life has no purpose, Ellen Watts. Just enjoy being. Stop limiting your experience by defining it or trying to get something from it. That's like trying to make lemonade from squeezing tears out of a rock. And just be here now and enjoy the beauty. There's no need to narrate or describe it all for me. Enjoy the experience of pure being and receiving, surrendering, and being in joy. And so, yeah, that just goes along with like the Wizard of Awareness that had asked me to give up the need to define my experience or define everything that I was experiencing, because it limits my ability to receive and experience the present, like in the fullest ways that I can. If I stop telling myself what it is, then it just gets to be all it is, instead of like just these two things that I want it to be. What if it is everything? And what if it connects to everything? What if it relates to everything? And what if it is the bridge to everything? But yeah, it's just funny, like just to look at those things. And I feel like I'll do a little more reviewing on holy law, which is coming up a lot, the universal laws and the universal principles, and yeah, all those things, what that really means for our sovereignty and our freedom to be, and our true responsibility and our devotion, and to the ocean that is she, and all this love that we be, this web of life and this totality. And so thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me share with you today. I love y'all. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying love and being love for yourselves. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.